The prequels are terrible.
Are you?
I've actually never seen the prequels.
You're one of those.
I mean, like the second two after Jar Jar Binks is not in there, it's fine.
I like 2 and 3.
George Lucas's biggest mistake ever.
I've never seen like the prequels 1 through 3. Never seen them. I've seen the rest. The first one I actually saw was Episode 7. Very first one I ever saw.
Oh no! You're really revealing
Then
that
I
you were
had to
born
go-
in '99.
I'm
right
sorry,
now.
and then I had to go back.
She was born when the prequels came out.
Yeah,
I
episode
had to,
1
like-
was '99.
I had to go back and like watch. What is it? 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So I've seen those, and then I've seen the new ones that have come out. I will probably go see Solo. I don't think it looks that great, to be honest.
I don't either. Do
We'll
you
see.
think so?
I don't know. It's kind of wait and see approach. I'm not sure.
I feel like Donald Glover is the main character.
Dude, he's hilarious.
It doesn't matter what he's in; he is the focus. Like
I know,
don't-
like it's
he
supposed to
is-
be a Han movie, but I feel like it's more of a Lando
I mean,
movie.
even like Donald Glover attends an award show. That's who I care about. Like, to be honest, I just think he's fun to watch.
He's really funny and he's smart.
funny.
He's cool.
He always looks great. So like, I'm always interested to see. You know, like,
I mean, I would say he's a good looking dude. Is that weird to say?
and he'll no.
Brad Pitt and
He
Troy
is.
was the best though. And then Arnold
well,
Schwarzenegger.
yeah.
80
Well, yeah, no.
Going back to Arnold. I thought you
Okay.
said it scarred you.
Someone has a weird
Sounds like there's a weird
Arnold's
obsession.
Everything back
complex. No, Brad Pitt and Troy.
For sure.
Literally, like,
Classic.
when I start typing BRAD like in my thing, like I show enough people that it like fills it in now. Mm-hmm. Like I really am a big Brad Pitt and Troy fan. Really big Brad Pitt fan.
Just in general.
But no, I think Donald Glover, very good looking, always like, and I think part of it is like just his vibe.
He's got a good
You
air.
know? Yeah. And like his outfits always look pretty good.
I haven't watched Atlanta.
See, and here's the thing. I haven't watched Atlanta and I don't know like a lot of his music. I just think he's a cool dude.
His music's pretty good. I really liked him in Community. Have you
Yeah.
seen Community?
Yeah, Community was amazing.
Community's one of the best
It was
shows.
a cult
Community.
show for sure.
It really was. It flew under the radar, but if you knew about it, you knew about it, and it was an experience. If you haven't seen Community, you should go watch it. I think it's one of my
yeah,
favorite
except
shows.
now there's like 100 million shows out on Netflix. It's getting so hard to
It is
stay
very
caught
saturated.
up or
Yeah,
I mean it's really, and the thing is it's quality stuff. You know, back in the day you would have like 3 or 4 good shows. Now it's
Everything on Netflix
I mean
is
Handmaid's
good.
Tale is out right now. That's Hulu,
But that's Hulu,
out.
yeah.
I mean still I'm just in general the amount of shows out that are incredible.
I don't know. I really like the idea of like releasing a whole season at
Yes.
once though. Like that whoever invented that deserves some kind of medal.
You know what was actually good? I'm going to throw it back to the 80s again.
okay,
Last night I was really bored.
sure.
So we started watching Cobra Kai.
Oh, really?
It's actually decent, except I had to turn it off because a few too many bad words for the kid.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, but it was actually kind of good.
Some things just hold up.
It could just be nostalgia, though. You know how you like you were talking about.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some things hold up. I'll tell you what doesn't hold up. Spider-Man 2.
Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, the second one with Tobey
Really?
Maguire. If you go back and watch it, I thought that's the best Spider-Man movie that could ever happen. But
I love Tobey
if you go
Maguire.
back and watch it,
Not good?
it's like yikes.
Really?
I think it was just in that period of time when special effects weren't good,
right.
but it was the best we'd ever known.
That makes sense.
You know, but now you can look back at some movies from like 5 years ago, and the special effects are still passable.
Sure.
You know, we've reached a plateau, but right there when Spider-Man 2 came out, it was like, hey, let's try this, and it blew our minds at the time. But when you look
But
at
now
it now,
now we've seen Avatar.
now we know.
What can be done.
Are the sequels ever coming out? They've been talking about that for
It's one of the only franchises I know where they went like all in on it before it was even a franchise.
Yeah.
right.
Like they have, in there an Avatar land in,
And I've heard
where's it at?
It's Disney, and
Is
I've
that
heard
Disney?
it's absolutely incredible. I think it's Disney.
Is it Disney or Universal?
I really think it's Disney.
I'm not sure. I can look.
Well, there's an Avatar
Well, no,
land.
can't
I mean, you
Anyway.
don't build a theme park on
I mean,
just
like-
anything. You know,
And it's
like
supposed to be like beyond incredible.
Yeah,
It's at Walt Disney.
it is a
Yeah.
land.
Pandora,
Okay.
the world of Avatar.
Yeah.
Like it even looks like it's floating. Have y'all
And
seen it?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen
I
it.
can't afford to go to Disney.
I've never been to
have a
Disney
kid.
actually.
You've
What?
never been to Disney?
No
You were
Disney.
robbed. If Clay's parents, if you're listening, you robbed Clay of his childhood. I just
I
want you to
really
know
no,
that.
I really
That's
wasn't a
insane.
Disney kid. I
bet you weren't. You were like,
I really didn't like it. I was like my cousins. I had two cousins that were close to me and my sister, and me and my sister were like the Nickelodeon kids.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like we watched all the Nick shows in
So,
the 90s,
Universal.
early 2000s.
like what were those shows?
Oh man, like Rugrats,
those-
Hey Arnold,
yeah.
Rocket
Those are good.
Power, Doug,
Yeah, see, I missed all those.
Wild Thornberries.
I loved the wild. I had
I
a Wild
mean,
Thornberries game.
honestly,
and it was the best game.
Hey Arnold's one of the best shows of all time.
That one I wasn't crazy about. I would watch it when it was on.
If you go back and watch it now, you'll realize like how adult some of the themes are. I don't mean like in a bad way, but I mean like they dealt with
Like,
some
made you
serious like they dealt with some depression and some serious adult stuff that we just thought was just strange
Don't
stories.
you love how kids' movies do that? And it goes
Oh, they
over
do.
our kids' heads. Well, my kids.
Well,
heads.
you know,
I guess
SpongeBob's
we
one of the
both
worst
have
about
kids,
it.
But like,
But they do there's a lot of dirty jokes in SpongeBob.
Yeah, there's a lot of
that they pass through the filter
no
somehow.
for sure.
But yeah, we were
got
Nick
the Little
kids, so
Mermaid.
I didn't. I wasn't really into Disney. Now my cousins watched Disney Channel. That was like their thing. Like they had Disney everything. I just wasn't like that.
I was more of a Disney kid. Well, I've always been more of like a live action than a cartoon kind of person.
I will say that I think though, probably by the time you were getting into that stuff, Disney was better in quality than Nick was.
I was really.
Yeah,
I
Nick
They
feel
kinda
like,
traded.
declined.
They kind of
Yeah,
traded.
Nick declined by
Nick
the-
was going downhill.
I feel like I was in the golden age of Disney.
Yeah, because now Disney has gone on the downhill.
Yeah,
as far
Like,
as their
all the
channels
shows are
Yeah.
not good. they're just
they're
not.
Were you talking like the live action stuff?
Yeah.
The sitcoms.
Like
I guess
I would say the last one
They're
that
not.
was like relatively good was Good Luck Charlie.
I don't even know what that is.
It was good. I mean, like it was like a even though I was a little older when it came out, like people might still watched it
was, like,
if that makes
18.
sense. Like it wasn't like embarrassing to watch it,
Yeah.
even though I was like probably like
18.
11 or 12. Yeah, I was 18 and
Back in my golf
Like-
days.
back when I was an athlete.
No, I think
athletic.
it definitely traded places.
Excuse me. I
to
know
throw
that
that
It
did
is when
not
you have to
just-
run from the lava flow on the
That's
17th green.
No, golf is PSA to everyone listening who has never touched a golf club. Randy,
I've touched a golf club on like a par
it's much
one.
much harder than it
Putt,
looks.
putt. Yeah, putt, putt course.
What's up?
I call it a par one.
Even putt putt's not a par one.
It's a par one
It's
course.
a par two. You are supposed to take 2 putts on every green, or that's what you
Is
have
that what it is?
license to take. Par
gotcha.
3,
She's
you're
not
supposed to be able to
competitive
get
at
there
all.
in one shot. And
She
take
doesn't
2
care
putts.
about rules, regulations.
No, you
that's
can't-
not. That's
no.
not her style.
Definitely not. I'm just whatever.
Tell you
Hold
what
on.
is a
It's
sport
fine.
though. Gaming, Chief. Chief, if you listen to this, gaming is a sport. Gamers are not athletes. You're right, but it is a sport.
I think it's a competitive event, but I would not call it a
competitive.
sport.
That's like dudes that cook barbecue that are 450 pounds calling it a sport.
Like
Negative.
I think cheerleading, sport,
I don't. But what
gaming,
okay.
competitive event.
But does it have to be physically active?
Yes, that's
be a
inherent in the word.
Is it? Read the definition.
For me, it is.
Is chess a sport?
Is chess a sport? Now that's
No. And it's a game, but it's not a sport.
is chess a
Definitely challenging, competitive.
Okay, here's sport.
Not a sport.
Wikipedia never lets you down. It's never wrong. This is what it says. This is my
sport? Never
go-to.
been edited.
Can you pick the
I'm
second
going to write my
entry?
dissertation based on Wikipedia.
Sure.
It says this: sports, or sport for British English, for those of us who follow that.
Yes.
Includes
Who care about that?
all forms of competitive. Here we go. Physical
Physical.
activity
Read that
or games which through casual or organized participation. Hold on a minute, I didn't click.
or games.
Randy, read it before you read it out loud into the mic.
All forms of competitive physical activity
Just physical
or
activity.
games. It says or games.
No, but then it keeps saying which aim to use, maintain, or improve physical ability and skills while providing enjoyment. Okay, let's just get boring
I think
now.
the enjoyment is too far.
I think, but I would argue that there is some physical skill to gaming.
in your thumbs.
Okay, I think there's some sort of like.
there's
You're pushing the limits. of
there's
physical.
reaction time.
I mean, there's coordination involved.
Yeah, you just can't be. You're just not automatically good at it. And then Our studio audience is really trying to get on the podcast today.
Like hard.